Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the first Sodo Chronicle set for Kamen Rider Ryuki. So you can see the outer box here is pretty plain, but if we go ahead and open it up, the set is comprised of 4 figures. You get Ryuki, Knight, Scissors, and Zelda. Now you can see the 2 boxes are missing. That's just because you get a duplicate of Ryuki, so there are just 4 figures in this first set, but then you get a second Ryuki set. So I don't know why they don't just sell the box of 8, but it is what it is. If we go ahead and take a look at the boxes here, you can see it says Sodo Chronicle at the top, and then of course here is the first 2 boxes for Ryuki himself. One is the body, one is the accessories. Next up we have Knight. Then we have Scissors. And last but certainly not least, we have Zelda. So pretty standard packaging. The top just tells you the number and the Kamen Rider that is associated with. Nothing really going on the sides. And then you get the breakdown here on the bottom underneath the photos. So, pretty cool. As I knock these all over, I'm going to go ahead and get these all built and stickered up, and then we'll take a closer look. So here are the 4 fully stickered up and assembled. We'll start over here with Ryuki. And of course, all 4 come with a base, pretty standard at this point. I do think it's interesting that the sticker says Masked Rider Ryuki instead of Kamen Rider Ryuki, because everything kind of pre-double was Masked Rider instead of Kamen Rider, so kind of a nice attention to detail there. And you can see it comes with a ton of extra hands. We'll get to that in a moment. But here is Ryuki. Very, very cool. The head is 100% paint. There are no stickers on the head whatsoever. So you have kind of a hinge at the base of the skull, and then the ball joint is at the base of the neck in the body. Now, the arms kind of have the butterfly joint because they're literally just pegs put into this kind of wide area. So they can kind of move, slide back and forth. It also gives you some butterfly capability there. You have a hinge. You have a rotation, of course. You have a bicep joint there. And the way that these pieces go in, you actually take this apart, and then this slides over, and then you peg this back in. So that's kind of how you mount the shoulder pieces, which is nice because they don't really get in the way at all. And they're fully painted. There's no stickers there. You have 90 degrees at the elbow. I guess it can go backwards. I don't think it's really meant to, but it kind of can. You have some wrist swivel here, but this hand comes with the holder for the card reader, but you still can move the wrist, even though that piece is kind of molded into his hand holding it. A little bit of stickers here on the actual card reader itself. You have a ball joint here at the waist, so if we pop this apart, you can see that it is a ball joint there, and then this piece also kind of rocks back and forth, so you have a lot of nice movement there at the waist. You can kick forward, kick to the side. Can't really kick that far back because of the butt flap, but you do have a thigh swivel. You have a little bit over 90 degrees in the knee, and then of course a ball joint in the ankle. So most of these base bodies have pretty much the same stickering pattern. You have a sticker here for the driver, then you have a sticker here on each side of the belt, and then you have one sticker around the back. You have a sticker here around the calf. You can see one on each leg, and then a sticker here around the ankle. And then, of course, you have all of the stickers for the back of the hands. That was honestly the biggest pain point for me. They weren't terrible to apply. They went on pretty well. But you get so many hands, so it's just very repetitive, just constantly putting these stickers on the back of the hands. But you do have some nice movement there, and you get a ton of hand options. And then he had one big sticker here on each side of the sword, and then kind of a sticker that wrapped around the bottom here, which was a little difficult to get on there, but not too bad. But all of this is paint. Like I said, the head's paint. So not too bad. All of these little connection ports here, those are all painted. You have the peg here for the stand. So right now I have the kind of grasping weapon hand. And it's not like a peg. It's actually a grasping weapon hand. Like if I take this out, well, apparently the whole hand just wants to come out, so we'll take a look at this. But it's an open gripping hand. It's not actually like a solid hand with a peg like most of Sodo is. This is actually a full weapon, one solid piece of plastic that you pop into the hand, and then he just grips it. And then let me put this back on. There's actually like little ball joints here in the wrist. So if you peg it all the way in, you kind of just get a swivel, but if you pull it out a little bit, you can actually get like a ball joints range of motion, which is really nice. So I'm going to actually take this hand off though for a moment because I want to show off some of these extra hands. So you get 2 hands for each character holding a card. And the way they have you do it is, so this side you have the front of the card, and then there's the back of the card. And then they give you another one to do where he's showing you the card facing forward if he's holding it. And then there's the back of the card. So you can pop these in. And they are different cards. They give you a couple sticker options. Ryuki gets more than most. But there you go. He's kind of holding the card. We can kind of, rotate his hand here like he's getting ready to use it. Or if you would rather use the hand that faces forward so you can see the card like he's showing it off to his opponent before he uses it. So that's really cool. I appreciate that. Otherwise, you just kind of get a set of open hands. You get a closed fist over here, and then you have a grasping hand, but still has the piece for the card reader in the palm. So you can still grasp something with that hand, but it still does have that molded in there since he always has the card reader on the side of his, on his left arm, I should say. But you kind of run out of spots down here. So luckily these 2 spots on the side, kind of closest to the bottom, can actually fit extra hand spots. So you can actually store all 6 of the extra hands. So you get 8 hands per character, which is pretty insane. I mean, that's a huge amount of extra hand options for these guys, which I think is really, really cool. And you can kind of see the eyes underneath the translucent plastic there. Really nice job with the helmet. So just overall, I mean, this guy looks really, really good. Really very happy with him. When I first heard this was announced, they had just done Ryuki recently in Sodo, and I was kind of like, why can't we go to someone we haven't gotten at all yet? But this is a pretty vast improvement over the Sodo. Yes, there is some stickers to apply, so if you're not a huge fan of stickers, you might want to stick with the Sodo. But honestly, we're going to get a much larger cast of characters, as you can see, than we got in the Sodo line. And I think it's got a lot more articulation, a lot more details, and the stickers really do kind of pop. They look good once you get them applied. They're, a lot to do, but when you're done with them, I think they really do look good. So let's move along to Knight. So Knight looks good. He also doesn't have any stickers on the helmet. I think Scissors is the only one that actually has stickers on his helmet, and you'll see what I mean when we get there. Mine's a little bent, but not a big deal. But again, the helmet looks good. You can kind of see the eyes underneath the translucent plastic, which I think is really, really cool. He's got the card options, just like I showed off before, and he's got basically the same hands. He's got an open set of hands. He's got 2 card holding hands. He's got a closed fist, and then he's got grasping hands. So pretty much all the same hands that Ryuki comes with. I think they're all the same. I can confirm that as we go, but I think they're all pretty similar there. Now he's got 2 versions of the sword. You can see he's got the closed version, and then I've got the open version for to insert the cards here. And he actually comes with this really awesome sheath here on the side. You just pop it right in there. Works really well. I like that a lot. And again, his base body's got all the same stickers. And then really there's not too many stickers. So how it would work is the base body would come in one box, and then all the extra pieces like the head, the chest, the back piece, the shoulder pieces would all come in the second box. So the second boxes don't really have a ton of stickers. Most of the stickers in the second boxes are just for the weapons, because the base bodies are all pretty much the same. But they have a nice amount of paint, and he's got all the same articulation. I really like the swords, though. I think they look fantastic. And the helmet, I think, looks really good as well. Alright, so next up we have Scissors. And like I said, he's the only one that has stickers on his helmet. And that is 1 sticker here, 1 sticker on each side here and here, and then 1 sticker for the mouth. But all the green up here is paint. He's got a sticker here and here. He's got these 3 stickers on each shoulder pad. And then he's got the base stickers again for the driver, and then around the side of the leg and the ankle. And then he's got the, pincer version of his weapon. And then you can see kind of the closed version where you can put the card in. So that's 1 sticker, and then this is 1 big sticker. And basically how this works is this just pegs into a peg hole in the side of his hand. So he comes with a special hand that has a peg hole there, so you can go ahead and peg that in, which is something the others do not have. But he also comes with the 2 cards. He comes with the closed set of fists. Although I guess his closed set of fist for the over here is where you peg the hand into. Not peg the hand. You peg the weapon into this hand. So this closed fist is slightly different because it has the peg hole. But again, he's still got the grasping set of hands, so he can hold other accessories. Actually, does he only have... No, he does. He has 2 grasping hands. He has 2 closed fists, although one has the peg. He's got the 2 card hands, and then he's got an open set of hands. But he looks good. Really nicely done. I think it's so funny, like, you know, he's in the first wave when he's such a minor character, but I think they're going in kind of appearance order, and I think that's why he's featured in this set so early. But yeah, very, very cool for scissors. And again, they all have the same articulation. And then last but certainly not least, we have Zelda. And I really like this guy. I think it's just because he's green. It's such a bright green. It's kind of funny, before you put the chest plate on, he's got a giant giraffe neck. Let me see if I can pop this off to show you what I mean. I'll take the arm off. It might be a little easier if I do this. But I have to show this off because it made me laugh so much. When you first put this on, I mean, he's got a giant giraffe neck. Look at that. That is absolutely ridiculous. Now, once you put the armor on, because of how high that pops up, it ends up looking fine and perfectly in scale. But I had to point that out, because when I was first assembling him, I was like, what are they doing with this? But then once he was all done, you can see it looks much better now. So one thing I will complain about, they have these stickers to put here on these pieces in the shoulder, and they move. And a lot of times that causes like tear on the stickers, because like when you kind of push it down, it would make the sticker peel back. And I tried to pop these out so I could apply the stickers and then pop them back in, but I could not get them out of there. Every time I would get close, it felt like I was stretching the shoulder, and I really didn't want to break it. So just something to be aware of, because I had a decent amount of problems. This is kind of a darker gunmetal gray that goes over this piece that you can see moves here in the shoulder. And then you have a sticker here. Again, you have nothing on the head. The head is fully painted. He's got some stickers here on the underside of his armor, kind of under here. There's it kind of just stops, so you can see it starts here, and then they don't give you another one for over here. I do kind of wish, if you're going to start it, I feel like, and it's a sticker, it's not even paint, so why not give me a sticker for the back part of it? But what are you going to do? And then he's got 2 stickers for each of these guns, one for each side. But it came out pretty well, I think, because it wraps around on the top. So you have the open version for him to insert cards, and then you have a closed version. And either one can peg in. He comes with this clear peg here for his waist that you peg in on the side. And then either one of these guns can just peg on like that. You can see the connection points right there as well. But yeah, he looks really good. And again, they all have the same articulation. And he's got the now he's got the card hands in his opposite hand. He's the only one to have them in the left instead of the right. All the other 3 have them in the right. But you can see here, we have the open set of hands. We have the grasping set of hands, of which he's using one. He's got the closed set of fists, and then he's got the 2 card hands. So they all pretty much come with the same. Scissors is really the only one that comes with a little something different, and that's because he has that piece peg into the back of his hand there. But yeah, I think Zelda looks really good. I think they did a great job with them. Again, the green just really pops, especially with the silver. I think it's a really great color scheme for this character. I've always liked it. And I love the guns. A lot of nice detail. I try to get the stickers to adhere to all the, the crevices and everything as best I could, so he really brings out the detail. But yeah, he's a great looking character, great looking figure here. So I'm really happy with these. Like I said, I had the Shoto. I think we only got out of these 4 Ryuki and Knight in the Shoto. So I think these are kind of vast improvements. Plus they're a little bigger. So, especially having the large cast of characters now, it looks like they're going to get to most of them, if not all of them, in the Sodo line. At least I'm hoping they do. We've only had 2 sets announced so far, this and one other, but we've also had some premium Bandai sets for the Mirror Monsters, which should be pretty cool. So, hoping I did get the first 2 sets for the Mirror Monsters. I'm hoping to get to them sooner rather than later. So hopefully I can follow up this video with those relatively quickly. I'm hoping like within the next week or so. They do take time to build, so I have to find the time. But this is a great set. I definitely recommend it. Like I said, I hope we eventually get all the riders from Ryuki. I know there's a lot of them, but I'm hoping they continue and give us everything with this Sodo Chronicle line because they're really good. Even if you have the Shoto Ryuki, I still would recommend picking these up because, like I said, if they do eventually do all of them, you're going to want them to all be in scale. And only Ryuki and Knight were done previously. The other two were not done in the Shoto line. So, I mean, there's pluses and minuses. You know, Shoto doesn't have stickers, but then I think Sodo has a little bit more articulation and more detail. So there's kind of give and take. But they are different scales, unfortunately. So if you want to have all the characters in the same scale, you're going to want to pick up this line. But yeah, these guys are great. Definitely recommend checking them out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.